All right, now let's make some deal.
You can really taste the maple.
You do know that Riverdale was founded on the maple syrup industry.
Here in Riverdale?
Dilton Doily plays with guns. Big one, Betty.
Sardonic humor is just my way of relating to the world.
Everyone knows how much I loved my brother.
Exactly.
If we go in there with the entire Scooby Gang, forget it. We're compromised.
War is hell, Chuck.
No, Archie. Hell is other people.
Out of the four of us, only you and Archie haven't kissed.
Fascinating.
I'm gonna go get a buggy. Do you want anything?
A glass of milk would be great.
Alice?
Is it true what they say about men who have just been released from prison, FP?
The Coopers are one of the most respected families in Riverdale.
Take your male gaze and your male privilege and get out of the women's locker room.
Happy birthday, dear Chuckhead.
Last night was
A PG-13 grope session?
Color me shocked. Archie Andrews, is that why you became a mediocre musician overnight?
I'm not interested in being anybody's rebound. Besides, I'm more into girls anyways. And all this time I thought you were a lover, not a fighter.
both. I've got layers.
And it'll be a cold day in hell before a snake lets a pig tell him what to do.
Alright, we are back with some Riverdale Chat. This is Ka-Pow, the Pop Culture Podcast, and my name is Jordan Lowe.
Cliff Barnes.
No, we're Riverdale Chat. That's our new name. Seth. We're going to do 2 episodes in this episode. We're going to do 2 Riverdale episodes.
We think it's not
We'll see.
too
We
long.
can, anything will take long to get through the musical episode. They sang a lot of singy songs.
And I don't think we've ever said that before, that this won't take long, and then it ends up being 2.5 hours. But this time we're pretty sure.
Yeah. What was this first episode called?
Big Fun.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, it was the one about Ethel.
Chapter 51.
I have
Big
proof.
Fun.
I have proof of that. I'll get to
Heather's the Musical. Now, last year, our musical was Carrie the Musical.
And we were really pumped up about it and then felt really disappointed.
It fell flat, except we had the Clumpster got killed.
Yeah.
It's great.
And that was about it.
So my hopes weren't super high for this one.
Mine either.
Mine were.
Your hopes were high even though you were disappointed
Yes.
last time?
When they said Heather's and Cheryl's playing HBIC Heather Chandler.
I was thinking, okay,
I was like,
we've got the whole, we've got Kev that plays into the Heather's thing. Well, I was like,
Playing tag and getting chased. Then we got bigger, that was the trigger, like the Huns invading Rome. Welcome to my school, this ain't no high school, this is the Thunderdome.
but I was just a little disappointed by last year, so I was not looking for anything great. What did you think of what you got?
No, I highly enjoyed it.
Yeah,
I thought it was great.
I loved it. Joe, I was like, I'm not giving my opinion until we're recording. I really enjoyed it.
I did too.
In fact, the whole time I was thinking, I can't go back to them just talking.
Seriously, why don't we just every episode?
Every time they stopped and talked in that episode, I was like, just go back to the singing.
More.
Wow, I'm outnumbered. I was not into it whatsoever.
I liked the songs.
They were good.
Yeah, it was really the songs.
And the way they kept.
Like
I've never seen Heather's
that's
musical.
what I was gonna
so
say. These must be some of the songs. They changed probably some of the lyrics here and there and names and things, but these must Big Fun and 17.
17 was great.
Must be they knew it was good because they sang the hell out of it. They kept singing
the way they kept bringing
song.
it. Yeah,
I was like, because they knew this is the song that works. So.
Yeah, it definitely tied into the plot better than Carrie did.
Oh, way better.
That was just sort of, let's throw a song in there too.
Yeah, they obviously had built the plot to this play, so that so they could use some of that. Anyway, yeah,
they've learned their lesson.
We tried to tell them. So it was play about teen violence and suicide. And they started singing about Big Fun, right?
Yeah.
So,
Big Fun.
Right. Oh, or something, a better way. I don't know all the songs, but meanwhile they were just flashing from the characters. Archie and Just Josie, and we had Veronica needed a bouncer because she got rid of Reggie.
Cheekbones.
Old cheekbones, and Then we had some talking. So we had Jughead and Betty on the daybed. I like the daybed. Does anybody have daybeds anymore in their house? I was like, oh, nice daybed in the window. They're like, he's searching for a needle in a haystack, but he thinks they're looking for this drug lab. Well, guess what? Guess where the drug lab is going to be. Then they start singing, and we have Cheryl comes out, and she's got Betty and Veronica in the hallway. And
Well, there is Cheryl Blossom floating above it all as Heather Chandler. She was a real mess after her breakup with Tony. But then she gave herself the role of HBIC. Veronica and Betty are playing the other Heathers, Heather McNamara and Heather Duke, but Cheryl is the mythic bitch.
And you know, this could be beautiful.
Heather McNamara and Heather Duke is who they're going to play. And she's going to be the mythic bitch.
I thought she already was.
Yeah, I was like, and she's got her locker open with the red glow. Again.
Of course.
I just like that. I like that.
That's consistency right there.
Yeah, I like where they go. What I liked about this episode was they did all the Riverdale stuff, but they got to supercharge it. Mm-hmm. They got to even take it. It's already that kind of show. It's already almost a musical without music. They're doing these grand things that you wouldn't normally see.
The ridiculousness that we expect and love. It is. I'm sorry. It's crazy how excited I get to talk about Riverdale every couple weeks when we come in and get together. I'm like, man, I watch a show. I'm like, oh, I can't wait to talk about Riverdale.
And when you're beautiful,
it's a beautiful freaking day.
And then I'm sitting here 2 hours before we start thinking there's no way I'm going to be able to watch this show in 2 hours. Because I got to take all these screenshots.
It's a 45-minute show.
Yeah. I saw you pulling in over there earlier. I was like, oh no, Cliff's off work early. And I have not watched the show yet. I was like, I got to get in there and watch the show. Anyway, Reggie's playing Jock Ram Sweeney.
Mm-hmm.
And he and Archie says are just two single straight dudes doing some theater.
Riverdale's resident fly girl, Tony Topaz.
Does anyone have a chainsaw? Because what the...
Tony Topaz, resident fly girl, was going to show them the choreography.
That's right, she's going to be the choreographer
and
show them how to dance.
So they have a little dance off.
Because Cheryl, they're broke up, so Cheryl thinks naturally her choreography that she's already worked out is going to be better than anything Tony can do.
Right. So they have their little scene there, and then Betty confronts Evernever.
Evelyn,
and she's playing all innocent. She's like, I know what you're doing. She's like, lowering Sweet Pea solo. Of course, Sweet Pea has a solo. There was a string of pharmacy break-ins. We're at the sheriff's office now because kids go to the sheriff's office and take care of business. And, he's checking in on his dad. And Tent City was ransacked. I didn't want to bring it up, but they stole our old home on wheels. And he's like, you don't think missing pharmaceuticals and a mobile vehicle, home on wheels, little Breaking Bad reference, you don't think it's something, Dad? Well, it could be. But at Lodge, they're separating.
Yeah.
Well past time they should have broken up.
Convenient time for this to happen. And,
now that we've established the new villain, Jughead's mom,
right,
we can move on from these two. And they can have other things to do.
Well, given the night I've been having, I, for one, could use a libation. So, salud.
I'll take one.
So then we got everybody's doing Jello shots, and where were they at? Oh, they were at school. This was big fun.
No need to wonder. Dad says, act your age.
You heard the boss, it's time to rage.
Blast the beast, turn out the lights.
Ain't nobody home tonight. Get down, it's all cool.
Jump right in my heated pool. Punch the wall and start a fight.
Ain't nobody home tonight. The folks are gone. It's time for big fun, big fun. We're up till dawn, having some
This is what it was. So I told you, this is my proof.
They were blue, right?
Yes.
Because at first I was like,
are they doing...
Is this Fresh Aid?
Right.
What are we doing? And I realized quickly, they're just little blue Jello shots.
Yeah, they're gonna... Then that quote. To the tune, diggity dang dang, big fun. It's time to overflow the hot tub on the patio. And I was like, wait a minute. Is there syrup with somebody eating pancakes in the hot tub again?
Mm-hmm.
I thought for sure we were going to see that.
Wait, did that happen on the show, or did we make it up?
We made it up.
We made that up.
Well, they were at her house in the hot tub,
Okay.
pouring syrup in it, and you said, and it's one of our great quotes, that, oh no, Cheryl's going to get blamed for eating hot dogs in the freaking hot tub again. And I was like, yes, that's the best thing ever. So I like to call back to it.
But like, it's so ridiculous. I can see that actually having happened.
Yeah, it might as well. For all I know.
It's canon now.
Mm-hmm.
Dang, dang, diggity, dang, 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 diggity, dang, dang.
I can't believe she actually came. I need a refill.
It's time to let everything go. Follow my lead. Dang, dang, diggity, dang, 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 diggity, dang, 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 diggity, dang, dang, diggity, dang, dang.
The folks are gone. It's time for big fun, big fun. We're up till dawn, having some big fun, big fun. Our folks got no clue about half the stuff their children do. Big fun, big fun, big fun, big fun, big fun, big fun.
Reg and Veronica get back together because she just, she's losing her family, so she's reaching out for some sort of
Gotta grab those cheekbones.
That's right. Hold on for dear life.
Mm-hmm.
Eleanor, so he's fucking Evelyn. I don't know. She gives Kev, and he's got a perm for some reason.
I know. I was like, what happened to Kevin's hair?
And she gives him an organic brownie with farm-grown maple mushrooms baked in. Who wants a brownie with maple mushrooms? What in the hell? So,
You want to go on a trip, maybe?
Yeah.
Yeah. He trips out and sees LeCompster on the wall, and it says, all your fault. You killed me, Kevin. But
they brought Midge back for
just to hang her on the wall.
Yeah, that was it.
And writing her blood on the wall. So they're having a little meeting on the stage, and Evelyn is telling them to, she's trying to get them to open them up.
Are we by the part, was that the scene, go back, where there's like, what would be like cool tubs they would fill with ice for athletes?
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Right in the middle.
Probably
there were two of them, and like there were kids in them as they're singing and partying, and I'm like,
no doubt.
What is the point of that?
Big fun.
Big fun.
Get in the tub. Big fun.
Right. Overflow. Patio. So, anyway, Sweet Pea opens up and says, it really blew to see Archie and Just Josie together.
And he has a point.
Right. Your ex-boo has a new girlfriend, somebody's saying. And I guess people know about Just Josie and Archie now. It's out in the open.
And only Sweet Pea cares.
Real class act,
and
Sweet Pea.
the show does not care about Sweet Pea, so neither do we.
Right. Archie's like, come on, we're just lonely souls trying to fill a void. Let's get together. Well, your parents are Splitsville, Cheekbone says. And he's like, I'm on to you. You just get back with me for that. Meanwhile, Cheryl's in the bathroom.
What's your damage? Child of the Corn?
I just thought you might want to see what's happening in the hall.
She says, "What's your damage, child of the corn?"
That was a great line.
Yeah. And then we have somebody that, I don't know what I did that screenshot. But anyway, Tony's in the hallway in the red outfit. This is a Cheryl outfit.
Everybody knows red
right
is Cheryl's thing.
Well, whatever. It's Tony's thing now. She's pulling it off. Pulling it.
Did you have a lobotomy for breakfast? You're wearing my signature color.
You don't own the color red. Red existed before you.
Not at Riverdale High. Here, I invented red. I am red. Sorry, but the school's not big enough for both of us, faux pink lady. And I was here first. So, go to Centerville High or Westerberg. I don't care. But you have until first bell, Monday, to clear every trace of yourself out of these halls. Copy?
So she starts doing her singing thing, and you know, she's singing about getting freaky. And I have never heard in my life so many whip sound effects. Every time she moved her arm or flipped her hair, it was. I mean, it's worth going back, guys. There are a lot of whip sound effects in this episode. Crazy.
30 hours to live, how shall I spend them? I'll jump right on my motorbike. Or here's an option that I like. Spend these 30 hours getting freaky. Oh, hope is gone. I'm a dead girl walking. I'm on your lawn. I'm a dead girl walking. Before they punch my clock, I'm snapping off your window lock. Got no time to knock. I'm a dead girl walking.
Tony, Peaches, what's going on?
Had to see you, hope I didn't wake you. But I intend to hold you till I break you. Cause Cheryl says I got to go. You're my last meal on death row. Shut your mouth and lose them tiny white eyes.
Back at the bunker. Jug's like, pretty sure my old home's been used as a drug lab. We need to get out there, shut it down. So everybody's going and looking. Meanwhile, I believe it's Betty goes to the Sisters of Quiet Mercy. Is that where she went? That she went in and looked in at them, and they're all dressed in white.
Yeah.
Kev and Fangs are like singing to each other. And there's like pews facing each other, which is a weird way to have your pews. But, and then Evelyn is up there like she's running the ceremony. There's roses sticking out of the... Everybody's dressed in white, and they have white glasses on, like 3D glasses.
I know. I was like, why are they wearing 3D glasses?
This farm confounds me.
That's great.
We need to get to the farm quick because I don't know what's going on.
Okay, then we're at Archie's boxing ring, which is... Now they're really branding. It is the El Royale.
This was my favorite part of the episode. That Archie hasn't bothered to even sweep the floor yet, but he's got t-shirts made. He went out and got t-shirts made.
Yeah,
the rest of the gym is just like garbage laying everywhere.
And he was in charge of sweeping the old place.
Yeah.
Right.
Now he's got his own.
He needs to find
Nobody has to sweep.
He needs to find a homeless kid of his own.
Well, he will. Established 1973 boxing club.
So yeah, he's really put the cart before the horse on this though.
Yeah, Betty took some pictures, and she takes them to Weatherby and says that, you know, the farmies are indoctrinating students into a cult, and he's like, this simply looks like two boys rehearsing. You know, it reminded me of an Adam Sandler skit.
This is our first really kind of Weatherby clue that
he's in on it.
He's defending the farm here.
Weatherby's compromised.
So she tries to tell Jughead that, and Jughead says, "What the sweetest words I ever heard. Can you meet me at Junkyard Steve's ASAP?"
My mistake. This was my favorite. Another reference to Junkyard Steve is all I needed.
I was like, yes.
We were watching it at home, and I was like, I did the same. I said, yes, Junkyard Steve, just like that. And my wife and daughter looked at me and they go, "Who is Junkyard Steve?"
I said, even watch the show?
Do you watch Riverdale?
Yeah. There was a head cut off a statue. It's a whole thing.
Yeah, if you need to find a mobile drug lab, the first person you should go to is Junkyard Steve.
Right.
That's straight. Follow the Breaking Bad playbook. That's where they keep the thing. Okay. So, Blowpaths are talking about Thornhill was a den of shadows. Okay, wait. We're at Junkyard Steve's, and Jughead says the next great line. Tonsils called it in. Tonsils. That's who found it. One of these guys is named Tonsils. I'd never heard that before. That is a new great name. Tonsils. Because we got to get the whole innards of the mouth cavity. We've got baby teeth.
Yeah.
We've got tonsils.
Fangs.
Uvula.
Gingivitis.
That is great. Fangs. I hadn't even thought of that. We got fangs, baby teeth, and tonsils. What else is there? Oh my gosh. Molar. Is there a molar guy? Tongue. Okay. So this is where they get ready to play 17, and they're talking about, we used to worry about who was going to sit next to us on the bus, to now we're worrying about our drug lord mothers and our serial killer fathers, Betty says, and unstoppable cults. And so Kev says, 17 captures the longing of all the characters feel for what they lost. And Betty starts singing, "Can't we be 17?" And I thought that was another just great line. It is like, yes, can't we be 17? How old is she in real life?
Wait, are they even 17 on the show?
No!
10th grade. 10th grade's
10th grade, you turn 16.
16.
Are they? But they might be juniors now. I think they're juniors now.
Yeah, but it was the beginning of our junior year.
And now they're through. So they probably are
They're
just now
wistfully
17.
hoping to be about the age that they are.
Yeah.
But they just want to be that. They don't want to worry about their drugs.
And I'm not a musical guy, and the songs did nothing for me, but I liked this song. This was, it was poignant to the characters, and it was a good tune.
Let's be normal. See bad movies. Sneak a beer and watch TV. We'll bake brownies or go bowling. Don't you want a life with me? Can't we be 17?
That lamenting our lost
Well, the thing
innocence.
is, like I said before, as somebody was saying how these people can actually sing. It's like this. They cast. I mean, anyone that has been a child actor that comes up through this, and these people all have to have been. They came up through the system, the Disney system, basically, and you sing.
Really blows.
But we let go.
Take a deep breath.
Then go buy some summer clothes.
We'll go camping.
Play some poker.
And we'll eat some chili fries.
Maybe prom night, maybe dancing. Don't stop looking in my eyes.
Can we be 17?
I don't feel like Zach or Cody
No,
can
they're
carry
not.
it. He was a Disney kid.
Yeah, and if you remember last season's musical episode, Jughead did not sing. They gave him, you take pictures. You're not in this episode.
Right, and I think when they were really belting it out together.
Oh,
It was good, but I'm not even convinced it was him.
No, either that or there was a lot of attitude going on there.
Which is whatever.
Yeah.
But I just want to
cares?
point that out. A lot of these people can sing before they even get in the business. Because like I've always said, when you go on Saturday Night Live, everybody that hosts Saturday Night Live wants to show off that they can sing.
Yeah.
Because most actors, actresses, that's a tool in the tool belt. You know, that
they don't get to use
exactly.
very often.
They never get to use. And a lot of these girls, like Lily Reinhart, is a really good singer, and many of them are. Obviously, Josie is, and they all want to show that off. That's probably half the reason they do this.
Yeah. Vanessa Morgan and Madeleine Petch they've obviously have some talent there, and we've heard Cami Mendez over and over and over again.
When Tony Topaz was doing her thing, you know, and even in this next part where Cami Mendez was singing this terrible song, Lifeboat or whatever, I did not like, but still, like the camera work and stuff. I'm just curious how long, whether it took more to do this episode, because there's some pretty good camera work and the lighting, the way they spin it. They're always spinning around in these shows, you know, when they're doing the musicals. I was just pretty impressed. Like, they really went all out.
You're the one I choose.
So they're getting ready to go to the show finally, and apparently Sheriff FP pissed off a cat in heat, according to Gladys. But some tweaked out fizzlehead was playing G&G in the middle of the damn road.
That's like, was that a code 1021?
Exactly. I don't know what that is, but that's great.
So FP's all beat up.
So meanwhile, Betty and Jughead take off and go do a secret mission that we didn't know what they were doing. We had an inkling what they're doing, but they took off and come back covered in soot.
They look like chimney sweeps.
Yeah,
from Mary
exactly.
Poppins.
That's all I could think of was like, what is this? There's no reason.
Pretty serious fire to have.
There's no reason they would look like that. Anyway, so Veronica's parents do show up together. You know, as she was asking that they would.
She gave them tickets. Please come do this one last thing for me.
And Kev's like, you guys are covered in soot. Could you get cleaned up? Because you need to be in the finale. And Jughead's like, what? I'm not doing anything. It's like, yeah, everybody's got to be out there. It's Riverdale. Archie's got to be here. You know, everybody's got to be here. So they all stand out there and do their thing. And it was a nice finish.
Yeah,
and
it was fine. They're all lined up there.
Listen up, folks, war is over. Brand new sheriffs come to town.
We are done with acting evil. We will lay our weapons down.
We're all damaged, we're all frightened, we're all freaks, but that's alright.
We'll endure it, we'll survive it. Martha, are you free tonight?
Jeez. Talk about watching your childhood go up in flames.
And at the end, we see a flashback to them burning down the drug factory,
the Joneses trailer,
and going
here with me.
I can't promise no more Heathers.
High school may not ever end.
Still, I miss you. I'd be honored if you'd let me be your friend.
My friend, we can be 17. We can learn how to chill. If no one loves
So, as they end, does the crowd break into applause? No, it's totally ridiculous.
No, it's weird.
And they do this syncopated applause started by the elusive Edgar Evernever.
Chad?
You guys can't both say Chad.
Michael.
It'll never happen again, Cliff. Let's just stop.
Yeah, so Chad Michael Murray, slow claps.
It was so weird. Well, why weren't them just parents clapping like normal people?
Right, exactly. But did you see? Because I was trying to see who was with the farm. You know,
everybody dressed in white.
Everybody was dressed, including the principal Weatherby. He was standing up clapping. I was like,
"You did not,
you son of a Weatherby."
So that's how it ends. We finally see Edgar, and he gives a wink to his daughter, and they do this stupid clap.
I know my dad would love it.
Yeah.
How does he have control over? I mean, yes, he's getting wider and wider control, but how does he control someone clapping?
Yeah, I don't.
I guess we were supposed to just assume that they were just like took off guard. But what? People would have broken into applause before he ever started his dumb clap. We're picking at this ridiculous show at this moment. Anyway, that was
strains credibility.
Yeah. Anyway, that was it for that episode. We skipped a lot because there was a lot of music, but I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it way more than the first. I'm looking forward to see what they do next year.
The Dale.
I knew my dad would
That's
like
right.
it.
It's the Dale. So, what's the next episode called?
Well, I'm not sure.
What are you
There's
talking about?
controversy.
What is there? I hadn't
Not
heard
really,
anything.
but on my TV, it was called Chapter 52, The Master.
Oh, I did see that somewhere else, but that's not what I
And that
saw.
was in the TV guide and all the pre-release stuff. It was called the movie from
Paul
Thomas Anderson.
Yeah.
Thomas.
Yeah, Paul Thomas Anderson.
You say Paul, I'll say Thomas.
Exactly. The Master, 2012. Joaquin Phoenix.
Basically a cult leader. That fits very well. And so I watched the whole show, and when the scene happened with the apartment building, I was like, oh my God, what a great reference. And
It's
then,
so funny because it could have applied to both of them.
Yeah, so the next day, when it comes out on the CW app and
Which
all
is
the
how I
official
watched
things,
it 2 hours ago.
it was called The Raid.
Yeah.
So this show began with one title and switched to another. So
I'll give you a hint. Only one of those is in my top 100 movies coming out next month.
Yeah, I didn't realize that was a thing till you just told me that. But I immediately, as soon as I pulled it up and I saw The Raid, I was like, oh, Seth is going to love this episode.
So it was great watching this, not knowing that, me putting that together. Like, this is just like The Raid. So I enjoyed not knowing that reference was coming.
Yeah, I wonder what happened. Somebody just... Or it probably was just
both are perfect names.
Exactly. That's what I was thinking. That's funny. I love that they reference all these movies. So
The Dale.
They did it again. Okay, so
Perimeter's clear. Moving in.
This was a great beginning.
Already from the jump.
You told me you're like, oh, Seth's gonna love this, and I was like, what? And then first scene was just like magic. I was like, what is happening? They show the school. It's night. Perimeter's clear. Sweepy duck. There's all this. Jughead's like pointing down the hallway,
he's giving
dispatching
hand
troops.
signals
It
out.
was all straight out of the raid. Just
Sweepy duck.
bang bang.
Both dead.
Always check your six, deputies. It's a deadly mistake. This is just a simulation, but you don't get any do-overs in the street.
Sheriff Keller says. Always check your six, deputies. I was like, oh, they're doing training for the freaking deputy, the Paw Patrol.
Because, he's going to send them into, hostage situations and stuff. They're going to need to know, these high schoolers.
SWAT team formation.
Yes, so
But it did answer.
delicious.
We asked the question on this podcast. Why doesn't he ask Tom Keller for help? And here we are.
You don't get any do-overs on the street.
A man faces you in the street, he is your enemy.
I like when this is a great line.
Makes it all the more obvious that you boys aren't ready for them. You want to stop the rogue gargoyles? Work as a team. Until you've proven you can do that, I'm not letting you out there. Do it again.
This is FP, which makes it all more obvious that you boys aren't ready for them. He drags that boys out. Oh, it's so good. He knows they're listening to us. Like, You know that's his favorite.
That was my theory that whoever wrote this episode, has
Right.
heard their share of Ka-Pow.
It was
the
all
pop
too
culture
familiar.
Yeah,
because they gave us everything we wanted.
They're like, can we get logged out? No, go. We got baby teeth though. Let's go get him in. Anyway, do it again. We have to assume, we have to imagine that they went and did this over and over. That's what I want. So,
do they have any weapons?
No,
I don't think so. Okay, so this is another great moment, and it was a subtle but really fantastic moment. Evelyn's in there. She wants to hang some flyers because they're going to have some sort of function. And all that Betty does is
slurps the milkshake.
And that was so awesome. And Veronica just says, "Of course, I'll go with you." I was like, that was Riverdale perfection.
The look on Betty's face, the sound effect it made, it was adorable and hilarious. And it was a completely full milkshake. Full milkshakes do not make that sound, but I don't care.
I love it. You should go watch that. It's so
the
good.
sound effect would be like defiant slurp, which I never thought could happen.
So good. Okay.
She slurped sarcastically.
Back at the Coopers, which we're still calling it. I don't care if the freaking Joneses live there. It's breakfast time, as usual. Oh, why the long face? FP comes in. One of his deputies found an old trailer. Been burned up, of course, so... So, remove one cancer, though. Another pops up in his face.
So, Betty's not great at starting fires in her own house, but with Jug's help, he can burn down his house.
Yeah.
That's right.
It would have been great, that episode, though, a few back when Betty tried to set her own home on fire, had she been covered in black soot.
That's why it didn't work. She didn't get clear
you had
in
to
there.
stay long enough to get covered in black soot. So, they need to have a little face-off here between mother and son. So JB tells FP, we need to go watch some Saturday morning cartoons, Dad. Come on.
Because those still exist.
That's good call. That's not a thing anymore. Which, yeah, you poor kids nowadays don't know what it's like to get up at 6:55 a.m., set your alarm and go out so you caught the 7 a.m. G.I. Joe, getting your beanbag. Oh, good old
what it was
days.
all about.
Oh, man. Telling you. So, you think blowing up that decrepit trailer was going to change anything, son? And she grabs his beanie and I assume some hair and jerks him back, gives him a kiss, and just like,
again, like I said, Gina Gershon vamps it up so well. She's over the top, but like she knows exactly what she's doing, and she can rock a flannel shirt too. She fits the serpent uniform very nicely.
Right. So Betty and Veronica B&V go to the farmie thing, and
they're having an open house.
Yeah. Kev's giving a tour,
so any cult can just come hang out at the cult for a while.
Yeah, cool. Kev's giving us a tour. He's like, we got some of our artistic members painting on the wall here. Garrett and somebody, I don't know, they're painting, and I want you to tell me, what did this mean?
Veronica you're catching me completely off guard.
Yeah, as you pull out your paper.
I hope I know what the reference is.
Veronica says, it's like Hockney meets Heaven's Gate. What is this about, Alexa?
I rewound that 3 times and had to turn a closed caption on. I was like, what is she saying? I couldn't tell. Hockney. I couldn't make that word out. I was like, I don't even know what that means.
It helps to watch it with closed caption and take screenshots.
David Hockney is a British painter and photographer.
Okay.
He was very influential during the 1960s in the pop art movement. So I Googled him, and it looks familiar. It's a familiar style of painting. I couldn't tell you one famous one, but that style looked a little bit familiar. So it's kind of, pop, colorful art.
Right.
And then, of course, Heaven's Gate,
of course,
was the cult from 1997 in San Diego. It was a religious cult founded in the 70s by Marshall Applewhite and Bonnie Nettles.
Those sound like Riverdale characters.
Yes.
Wow.
Marshall Applewhite.
I don't feel like I've ever heard that.
So you weren't familiar with?
No.
Oh, no?
I've heard of Heaven's Gate, but I've never heard those names or anything.
Okay. Well, if this guy, you'll see, like, he made like videos.
Yes.
with like weird backdrops, like very white hair, kind of bug eyes.
Yeah.
And 39 members of this Heaven's Gate cult were found dead in 1997 with a mass suicide. He had convinced them that when the Hale-Bopp comet passed by Earth, the UFO they had been waiting on since the 70s was going to be coming with it. And when they committed suicide, they would leave their bodily containers and join the aliens on the UFO.
So I assume they did.
Yes.
Of course.
39 dead, all wearing matching dark clothes and black Nikes were kind of the pop culture fallout. Like, there would be, check out the new Heaven's Gate kicks. Like, you got to wear the matching uniform. So.
Oh, yeah. You should check out some of those videos that guy made.
Kev good. Oof. So then they're like, what's this? And Kev's like, oh, that's just a janitor's closet. Now, I want to ask, because we find out some stuff later, what's Kevin's draw? Who's he seeing in this closet?
Moose?
Yeah, I mean, it's supposed to be somebody dead. I'm just curious. I was like, I want to know why everybody's here. What is, you understand later. We'll get there. I just thought what's Kevin's reason? So then out comes Alice.
They were going to introduce him to some cute gay farmies.
Dead.
Well, that's the draw. That gets him there, but what keeps him there?
Yeah, what keeps him there?
Because there are no cute gay farmies.
No. Out comes Alice. She's got all her, eggshell clothes on here and comes out of the gargoyle room, which I did notice now after having seen Us that the farm emblem is like Hands Across America, and I was like creeped out. And she says, she's kind of, hey Betty, what's up? Betty's like,
she just blows her
Betty's
off.
like, whatever, and she's like, you forsook me. I don't think I've ever used it in that form, part of speech, I guess. You forsook me. That's the best. Now can you force us? All right, then this guy walks out with his farm shirt on and says, hey, you want to come in and get a quick and easy interview, Betty? She's like, yeah. She goes in, of course, Evelyn, interviews her. This is the master part of it. She gives, the Scientology type interview.
And Betty's not fooling anyone. They know she's there just to suss.
We're not giving you, we're not letting you suss anything. You bite your fingernails? Sometimes. You consider yourself a cold person?
You get stressed out.
Yeah. Is that it? Not going to ask me about my secrets? No, what? Don't call us, we'll call you type thing.
And then when you come back, then you learn you're selling the sweepers.
Yeah,
that's right.
Come on back.
Now you can't play this episode out of order. Sorry.
So then back at Lodge, Hermione's all upset because the governor's coming to the opening of the prison. She's not allowed to come.
I'd forgotten all about the prison at this point.
Right. Well, she's not allowed to come because Hiram doesn't want her to, but if they get divorced, this is the gist, she won't be protected anymore.
Yeah.
And that she's afraid she's going to get killed.
She's made some moves.
Right. She isn't made is her problem. She's not a made woman.
She hasn't made her bones.
That's exact. That's right. She hasn't made bones. Damn, that was good. That was good, sweet stuff. Oh. Well, you did try to kill him twice, Veronica says. Anyway. So, Jughead says this back at, he's over at Archie's house, which we didn't get any Fred this episode. Just want to point that out. No Fred.
Was he in the previous episode? Was he in like the audience for the musical or anything?
I did not see him.
I don't think so.
He might have been there. But last we saw him was his great speech at FP's 50th. Mm-hmm. Or 44th, we're not sure. But then...
no worries, Jug. How's it going with your mom? It's Cold War.
Archie's drinking some sort of red drink.
It looks like maybe it's a smoothie.
Yeah, I don't know what you drink.
I thought it was like a V8 or something. Like
no, this is not a V8. This looks like a strawberry slushy, dummy. Then, so anyway, Jughead says a couple times this episode about the nuclear option being to actually just tell his dad. that there's, that about his mom.
That makes too much sense.
Yeah. Which I figure we'll eventually find out that he knows. Right. And it'll be like, whatever.
I mean, the nuclear option is that I tell my dad everything, but that could spell mutually assured destruction. So instead, the Serpents and I are just dismantling her drug trade piece by piece. Up next, we're going to drive the gargoyles out of town and her cook, Kurtz. I am going to make Riverdale a very unwelcome place for Gladys Jones.
And if she does go, what happens to Jellybean?
Still need to figure that out.
The big thing I took away from this scene is now that he lives next door, he has two kitchens to raid. Jughead does.
Yeah, that's right. He needs to go eat breakfast, then go over here and eat breakfast. Which he did that before. He went and met Betty for breakfast after breakfast. There's always breakfast. So somebody calls from the L&L.
Hello?
Would you accept a collect call from the Leopold and Loeb Juvenile Detention Center?
Sure.
Archie, it's Mad Dog.
Mad Dog? Dude, what's up?
I need your help.
And it's Mad Dog. Which, did you think he was dead? Hell no.
Yeah, we kind of left him in bad shape. So
we thought he was supposed to have, like,
what was he, half stuck down a drain pipe?
Yeah, he's supposed to, I thought he was supposed to have died.
Shoulder deep into a drain pipe.
So, Jughead explains to the troops that
it's like the second Ninja Turtles movie where the monster jumps down the manhole cover and gets stuck, and they tickle his feet.
That's, I assume, how it went down. So Jughead's explaining how the Serpents are going to be Riverdale's unofficial DEA, of course. So they're going around to all the hot spots. Mad Dog's talking to Archie through the glass. They're opening a new prison on the south side. They're going to move them, and the old guards are coming. They're going to keep making them fight. Going to be a whole thing.
Yeah, so they're going to have a juvie wing at Hiram's for-profit
place.
Prison.
Yeah. So Baby Teeth and Thumper, everybody.
Baby Teeth is back.
Thumper.
I don't remember Thumper.
I feel we might have heard his name. I don't remember. We were so overwhelmed by the
Baby Teeth just dominated the conversation.
So Veronica's like, so my dad just gave you this place? He's like, it's a long story. He says that a couple times this episode. It's a long story why I have this place. Which I love that he twice people asked him, somebody gave you this? He's like, it's a long story. And it really is. It's a long story.
It's the show, like, stop asking. It doesn't make sense.
There was burning things in a fire. Lots of that. She's like, you remember I broke you out, It's like, well, you also worked with the Innocent Project, so, and the governor's coming to town. We could really use some help. So, again, we have kids calling a meeting with the governor.
Yeah, I mean, we've moved on from the mayor.
And Archie is sitting there in the leather chair, just like kicked back. He's like, Governor, I need to speak with you about the transfer of inmates.
As an important small business owner in this community.
The governor's like, I don't know who you people are. Oh, it was so delicious. I just love that. I was like, what is happening? Like, yeah, well, you're going to do this for us, so we're going to tell everybody. And you were watching our Fight Club and having lobster dinners.
With the
that
warden.
means anything. But yeah, whatever. Pardon them today. So he does, of course. Meanwhile, do we have a name for Cheryl and Betty together? Besides cousins.
Yeah, they always just say cousins.
Chubby?
Yeah, I think we did.
Did we?
Yeah, there was a
It didn't go anywhere.
Yeah.
Well, that's a shame.
No traction on
For
Chubby.
shame.
No traction.
You forsook me. So
She was an episode title or one.
It was.
I think it was, yeah.
She wants Cheryl to help her out on a mission because she's, her cover's blown. And it's more of a mission for her and her beanie-headed beau, really.
Well, I do like the fact that anytime Betty asked Cheryl to do anything, Cheryl's immediately always on board. We're cousins, we're family.
Yeah.
Whatever you need, I'm right here.
That's right. The way it should be. So she's okay. Evelyn was kind of hitting on her in the musical, and she doesn't like that they wear white after Labor Day, but she'll go. Besides, Juniper and Dagwood, her niece and nephew, live there and are being raised. This is what your baseball team, your fantasy baseball team, should have been called: toddler farmies. I stand by that. That's a great one.
What was the winning name?
I ran out of time and never did change it, so I'm still the Southside Serpents.
Oh my gosh, lame!
I can change it at any point though. So.
Yeah,
Riverdale needs to give me a good.
Yeah, toddler farmies is pretty sweet. Ugh. So yeah, but they look pretty happy and healthy, Cheryl said, so I don't know what your problem is. And she is kind of gaslighting Betty here. Like, what is the problem? Everything seems pretty great. So they start put the plan into motion. So Evelyn's in the bathroom, and this time Cheryl's not gonna be smart with her. She's in there balling in the stall, and
Cheryl in the stall ball.
Yep.
Patented Cheryl stall ball.
That's right. So then where do we go? The most deviant place in Riverdale, comic book shop.
MLJ.
Right
now I have to interrupt with a Cliff. Okay.
This is going to get some expert stuff.
This is the weirdest comic store.
Right.
Because anything like that, I always look at the background. I want to see what comics are there. Yeah. So the selection in this store is all over the map, and there's nothing made before about 1992.
We've got Patrick the Wolf or something. Nexus. We do have Winona Earp.
Yeah, I saw some like continuity comics, Armor, like the stuff that's been in quarter bins for 20 years.
Earth 4. Bucky O'Hare.
Yeah, that's the one I saw. Fangs was reading a copy of Bucky O'Hare, which was created by our pal Larry Hama.
Convention. Johnny Raygun.
Yeah, but nothing like Archie. There were no like Easter eggs. Nothing Marvel or DC. It's like this. How is this store in business? They have to sell drugs because they're not selling back issues.
They've got comics hanging on a clothesline behind the guy.
Yeah, this is a hole in the wall. This is like a step up from a flea market.
They've got a bubble up above it. The guy that says, "Look with your eyes, not with your hands." You need that. That would be awesome. They've got weird curtains. How to handle antique comics thing. Buy one sale, get one free. There's all kinds of little signs. We've got a mismatched phone.
But weren't earlier in the show, didn't they have like Red Circle comics or something?
Yeah.
Like in the drawer the teacher confiscated? They could have seated a few of those into the background. But.
They've got long boxes just sitting up there. One says not NFS, not for sale. Anyway, Sweet Pea goes in and says he's looking for a little game enhancement. Mm-hmm. So, got a limited edition right here. Whips out comic, some Fizzle Rocks in it. Oh, that's it. Starts whooping his butt. And Jughead comes in with his cronies. Last time I was here with the Red Paladin.
Pulls that switchblade out.
Yeah. And I'm in a bad mood this time. And the guy's like, oh, well, they're doing it on street corners now, see? Yeah, see? Rocky's really mad now. Like, you could tell by the gargoyles on the wires, not the... it used to be sneakers, and now it's gargoyles.
Because that isn't obvious.
Right.
That's code in Riverdale.
This is
some flashing neon sign. Drugs here.
So I like this because this is what I would have said before we leave. It says confiscate any contraband or drugs or gaming equipment. I was like, that's right. I'd be like, we're gonna need all this gaming equipment. It's police property now. Okay, so Cheryl's getting a spider brooch pinned on her, by Betty. Where'd you get all this fancy detective equipment?
Well, her mom had a drawer full
She had boxes of stuff.
And
Betty Snooper.
Fancy is it? It's all like reel-to-reel tapes.
Yeah. Where'd you get this stuff?
Giant headphones. Later, Jughead's using a CB radio. It's like, I've seen all you people with cell phones.
You could just, all you have to do is just click the record on your phone. Oh, yeah, she's got a reel-to-reel going.
What's your favorite color?
Red, obvi, but if I had to specify, I'd say Pantone's Flame Scarlet.
What's your favorite color? She's getting her master interview.
What is your name? What is your quest? What is your favorite color?
Red, obvi. But if I had to specify, Pantone's Flame Scarlet.
That's right.
Did you ever bite your fingernails or cuticles? Her manicurist would kill her.
Do you ever bite your fingernails or cuticles when you're stressed?
No, my manicurist would kill me.
Oh, and then in comes Edgar, and Betty loses her mind. She's listening to the conversation. Can't believe the man.
She's been trying to meet this guy forever.
Right.
Yeah. He's got his fancy vest on.
Yeah.
Dad, hi. Oh my God. This is Cheryl Blossom.
It's nice to meet you, Cheryl. Thank you, honey.
My dad will be finishing your interview now. You're in good hands.
Shall we jump back in?
He wants to know if she's ever experienced the loss of a loved one. So she goes in talking about JJ.
Cheryl fell for this way too fast.
Oh, yeah. Hook, line, and
Just
sinker.
immediately was like, cute, hot dad of Riverdale asking me personal questions. I'm into the farm.
Have you ever experienced the loss of a loved one?
Yeah, my brother Jason.
When he passed, did you find yourself able to grieve?
Honestly, there's so much I don't remember. I was in a dark place.
Elucidate that for me.
Jason was my twin.
That kind of threw me off because when Betty sends her in there, she tells Cheryl, well, tell the truth. I'm like, why would you say that?
I guess she just thought it didn't matter.
Yeah.
It would be more convincing if she would told the truth, and what would it hurt? Well, she got...
Well, that backfired.
And when I lost him, I lost a piece of myself. I wanted so desperately to reunite with him that I found myself on the frozen bed of Sweetwater River. When I fell through the ice, I saw him down there. Afterwards, I was changed. It was like my spirit had finally returned to my body. So much so that it burned down my childhood home.
So you've already been baptized and been reborn in fire.
I suppose.
But yet the memory of your brother still hurts, doesn't it?
got sucked into it. And she's like, burned down my childhood home. I was in a dark place. Saw Jade underwater. He's like, well, then you've been baptized and born by fire already. You were made for this place.
That was kind of neat though to get flashbacks. We don't often get flashbacks to because this show moves it moves so fast it just forgets everything that's ever happened. So.
Right. So, well, I guess we'll get there. Okay, some questions.
Cheryl, memories are often painful, but they don't have to be. They can be a path to revival. I believe the farm can help you see that.
Anyway, so they're at Pop's, and Baby Teeth and Mad Dog are sitting there.
I gotta give you props, Red. 1 minute we're headed to Hiram's prison, and the next we're walking out of L&L time served.
Now you're out. What's next? What's the plan?
I'm gonna go find my family. Some of these guys got no place to go.
I mean, I got no one.
It's like, man, 1 minute we're headed to prison.
Don't worry, Baby Teeth.
And
I think I got a place.
Now where are we gonna stay? I was just like, I think I got a place. He's always got a place. And I swear to God, I had forgot about the El Royale. I was like, he's putting them in the garage.
I know how many brooms do we have?
Yeah,
You've all got to get a broom.
He's stacking them up sideways in there. I got all kinds of people. He's like, you guys can stay as long as you want. Grab a broom. No, and he has trainer extraordinaire.
Tom Keller.
Tom Keller comes in. So there's going to be a rematch between Mad Dog and Red Paladin. So yeah, Jughead's listening to Sweet Pea over the radio. And I was trying to read this sticker. SAF. Oh, Safari. It says Safari or something. I don't know what that is. They broomed out the gargoyles. Good work, Sweet. Good work, Sweet Pea. Move to the next corner. And they go through. Great job. Keep it up. And yeah, you tried to show me this map of Riverdale as if I didn't have my own screenshot. They've got all the pins in there.
So we've been talking for this whole season trying to put a map together.
Yeah.
I was like, we got a map. And it lingered on it for quite a while.
Oh, yeah. Well, you get a screenshot. You can look at it forever. Mm-hmm. Got the sheriff's place, all the different houses, the theater, church.
Yeah, I really feel like all our questions are being answered in this one episode.
Yeah, I feel like we're going to find something in here and be like, hey, there's no way. Where's Fox Forest? Oh, okay. Yep. There's a good trail we're on. Anyway, pretty neat map. Got a bunch of pins in it. They got one more place to clear out. Jughead's going to meet him there, do the honor himself. Sure enough, it was a sting by FP. You know, and he's mad.
Jughead ruined it.
Yep. What the hell are you thinking, boy?
But they still caught him with drugs.
Right.
I'm not sure how there's... Oh, we got to let him walk.
Right.
I've been sheriff for literally a week, and I put a week's worth of work into this, and you blew the whole case.
He was going to lead me to Kurtz.
You know, this map...
We've lost Cliff. He's mapping out.
I'm in the map.
He's in the map now. He's part of it.
It is pretty interesting. Like they've got Pops there, and it's right because you always notice right behind Pops is the railroad tracks. They're running right through there, and they're headed north. So maybe that
Paladin.
Those are the ones Archie followed all the way to Canada.
Now in this next scene, I'm sorry, Cliff. I'm moving on.
I wonder where US 81 is.
So where FP is, they're at home to Cooper's, and FP is yelling at Jughead, and he is yelling at the top of his lungs. I seriously thought Skeet was going to have a heart attack. And as on cue, I mean, I'm thinking it was over the top how much he was yelling. On cue, Gladys comes down and says, "We can hear you all the way in JB's room." I'm like, they can hear him down the block.
Like, the house is not that big. I know they're used to a trailer, but yeah, the house is not huge.
Oh my gosh, I thought that was crazy. Sorry, I lost my place. Anyway, your mother's right, boy. You need to stop this business. Any other serpents trying to take the law in their own hands again, I'll throw your asses in jail. Back at the
So what were they training them for?
I don't understand.
To not do it. Don't dare do anything with this extensive training we're putting you through.
So back at the El Royale,
Cliff, close the map.
Elio comes in and he wants to hire some fighters.
Archie's got quite the stable going.
Right. These people need money is the problem. Baby teeth need shoes. Mama needs clothes. Things are, people need to pay for stuff. So Veronica wants them to see a therapist, her parents. And he would hire him would not be the first mobster to see a therapist, which is a great Sopranos callback. She's gonna call the Monsignor. And she will sing at her freaking what was she singing at? She sang at her confirmation. Sorry. Anyway, how many times did you try to kill Archie? You've done bad too. Forgive Mom. Water under the bridge. This was a part I didn't like. Is like she says you tried to kill Archie multiple times. He says water under the bridge, which is a totally Riverdale thing that we're supposed to enjoy.
Right.
But what I didn't like is she calls him out on it like that's a ridiculous thing to say. It's like, no, that is a Riverdale thing to say. Don't do that. You're not supposed to know this is weird. She's like, I even chose you over Archie. And I thought that would bring us all together, and now you're ruining it.
Again, kind of retroactively trying to explain Veronica's behavior last season and why she would make these dumb decisions.
What's he like?
Younger than I thought. Also, count him among the hot dads of Riverdale because Mr. Evernever is a yummy snack.
So again, she Cheryl tells Betty, you know, Edgar's kind of a hot dad of Riverdale now. He's a yummy snack. So,
yeah.
He's also a great listener.
Cheryl, this is huge. You're in with Edgar, which means I have a few questions I need you to ask him, okay? Why did Edgar decide to come to Riverdale now? And how many members does he plan on recruiting? And most importantly...
Excuse you? We are having a private conversation. Can you leave? Go on, cousin.
She's like, some girl comes in the bathroom. And Cheryl's like, can you leave? She's like, okay. Which I thought was just hilarious. And she's like, go on, cousin. I took out the trash. So you need to find out where the tapes are stored. You know, the tapes. So then they won't have any leverage over my family, which of course makes perfect sense. She's like, that's all right. I kind of like talking to Eddie. I'll go back. So Baby Teeth is trying like hell to make his way through this burger.
Little bites after little bite.
Yeah. He's like, oh man, if I never eat another one of these burgers again, I'll die happy, you know. So Mad Dog found his grandma.
Oh man, I just realized what foreshadowing that is.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, when he gets bumbled later, he's gonna never have one of those burgers.
So Mad Dog found his grandma and his brother. Moved into an apartment building. Here's where the raid comes in. It's taken over by drug dealers and weird masks. It's like, oh, well, we'll get him out of there, Archie says. It's like, you're going to move my family into the gym? He's like, no.
That's plan B, Mad Dog.
We get the gargoyles out of there. Move your family into the gym is plan B. And the nuclear option is to actually talk to the police. Anyway, we get Hermione discovers a package in the office, and it's some dead fish.
Mm-hmm.
Holy mackerel. Sorry.
Oh, kill yourself. Okay. So let's see. Oh, Edgar's trying to tell Cheryl, you know, really, what's the point? What are you doing? She goes and tells Betty, you know, I'm going back there. I like the place. You know, none of your business what happened, because she went in that closet and disappeared. Things got crackly and Betty couldn't hear what happened, and now all of a sudden Cheryl's a changed woman. She's done being the mole. She's done working for her. Veronica asked Hiram if he sent dead fish. With the nerve of her to say that, really. So
now I didn't catch on at this point. What
I didn't realize that.
Going along for the ride here.
It's just I'm just in my roller coaster car riding. Little pillow talk with Betty and Jughead talking about sneaking to the farm and all that. They're opening the detention center. He let Hermione come. Says how great it is, what a great family they are. Okay, they got the layout of the building. They're going in. Got Fangs, has a pipe. That's his weapon. And they get on separate floors, and Jughead starts getting shot at by a gargoyle. So, which it turns out to be really ridiculous later. But, big fight.
Jughead brought a switchblade to a gunfight.
Right. He whips out a fire extinguisher and fires in the guy's face, which was pretty good. And then Archie and Mad Dog whip some butt.
That's the Riverdale way.
And they got Kurtz. Jughead's got Kurtz. He's going to go, sends Archie to go help Mad Dog. And Kurtz is ready to ascend, and he kicks them out the window.
Yeah.
And they fall, and of course they're totally fine falling.
Bumbles bounce.
Monsignor left Lodge, and
Kurtz, he gets up and he takes off running.
Well, yeah,
and
they're fine.
Archie takes off after him, and I'm
yeah,
okay,
that's so Archie. Yeah.
So how did that scene stack up to the raid?
They did pretty good. That one shot,
there was some neat directing.
Yeah, one shot they went from one floor to the other.
Yeah,
things actually reminded me a little bit of Old Boy. There's some stuff in there similar to that, but I thought it was pretty good. If you've never seen The Raid, you should see it. I think it's still probably on Netflix with the wrong soundtrack, but it's on there. Good movie. The Lodge has got an annulment. That's what the Monsignor was doing over there. So it's over.
It's like it never existed.
But it works for Hiram, so.
Well, yeah. Hey, he can have Monsignor over the house. That take care of right now. This is the part. Jughead says, "It's a miracle that none of us were killed." And Gladys is literally laying on the couch with her feet up on top of the couch, cross legs, looking at her son, saying, you wouldn't be dodging stray bullets if you didn't get in the middle of this mess. I'm like, you have your own people shooting at your son. I'm like, what is happening? That is crazy.
She's cold-hearted.
And it's just between you and me, kiddo, she says. So Betty breaks into the farm, goes in, gets the tape she needs, and unlike
using the bobby pin.
Yeah, right. Well, unlike Walden Books, those are all out of order. Things are in alphanumeric order.
She makes a point. Oh, it's an alphanumeric system.
Yeah, right. Yeah. So
that's how she easily solved all those puzzle books back in the day.
Yeah, I was hoping she'd find a Nancy Drew thing in there.
Didn't you have to break out the Nancy Drew?
Meanwhile, Cheryl is getting initiated back at the El Royale. Any sign of baby teeth? Okay. Anybody seen baby teeth? What happened? Baby teeth?
I was getting worried. It's like, we've just got him back. Don't take him away again.
Well, we didn't mention it, but when they go into the apartment building, baby teeth is like he's standing guard at the entrance they go in.
Yeah.
Which I was kind of like, why is he sticking around there? That's kind of weird.
Well, with the big teeth, people go upstairs. Here's a screenshot where you guys couldn't stop messaging about something. I've got your messages on my screen. Okay. Anyway, Cheryl explains to Betty that she was allowed to see Jason. What is happening?
I don't know how this ties that first episode where the babies were floating.
Yeah.
I don't know how we got from there to seeing dead relatives. So I'm going to withhold judgment till we learn a little bit more.
She talked to him in the flesh.
But I was glad to find something out.
Yeah,
why they were going.
It's not. I mean, I totally agree. They had got me to the point where I can stand no longer this no explanation why Kev and Alice and everybody's just like, yep, that's great there.
Right.
You're crazy, Betty. You're in the wrong show.
Although Alice, to her own flesh and blood daughter, is like, I'm talking to my child. Get away from me. I have to cut you out of my life because I want to talk to my child.
That's what I mean.
She gets you're cutting your actual child out of your life.
She gets to talk to Charles, and she's like, you don't understand. It's better than anything ever in the world. I'm like, you're literally talking to your other child right now, and that doesn't matter. That's not as important. It's weird. She's like, you'd love your brother, Elizabeth. He's way better than you. You understand? So she is waiting to have a meeting with Edgar in the gargoyle chapel with candles, everything. He comes in, it was just weird. She's on the wrong side of the desk and everything. He comes in. He's like, I probably have copies of those tapes and everything, so that's a waste of time. I know everything you're doing. So I was thinking, at this point, why doesn't she just go do it? If she's confident, in her mind, go find out if you're going to see somebody. And if what's the worst that could happen? It's great. Right. And this place is great.
So do you think they're all tripping on fizzle rocks, or is it something more?
That was my initial thought. It was just going to continue on. The sisters were using the candy drugs to produce hallucinations of the Gargoyle King and this and that. I assumed it was going to be something around that line.
I'm curious. So they found something outside. Found a chalice. Somebody left a chalice outside El Royale.
Flip for your
Is there fresh aid? Is there fresh aid in there?
Oh, man.
Nope.
Jughead was
just a quest card. Defang the wolf cub. Uh-oh. I thought, fangs? Nope. That is too small. That tooth is too small.
The whole time I'm so into this, but I'm thinking Fangs is the luckiest guy here.
Yeah.
Who Baby Teeth just showed up. If Baby Teeth had not shown up today,
right?
Who would be defanged but Fangs?
Exactly.
So he is standing in the corner like, ew, lucky me.
Yeah.
Someone with easier teeth.
Tonsils is like, I want them to take me out. Oh man, Baby Teeth, I'd recognize those little chompers anywhere. So FP's out in the woods. I don't say anything. He's on the radio, and then except for this whole contraption, there's all these sticks and a gargoyle ahead, and somebody bent over, and he gets up there, and sure enough, Baby Teeth has had all his baby teeth ripped out. The next time we see him, he may have got his 2 front teeth. That's all he wants for Christmas next episode. And that's it.
That was it.
So was he dead?
I assume so, yeah.
Okay.
He
had symbols carved in his back.
Yeah,
he
would be dead because that's what happened to Ben. That's what happened to Dilton.
He was in that same pose, all bent over.
Well, Dilton was no good to us anyway after that.
We just got Baby Teeth back. We already have to say goodbye.
Oh man! But we still, we saved his teeth.
We have the best part of you.
So we can keep those like any good parent. We saved his baby teeth.
Yep.
Oh my gosh!
Pretty
now
great.
All I want ever is another character with a name from a mouth. I want freaking lips, something. Give me something. Gums, yeah, I want gums. Oh man, there's so much. It's so rich in there. There's all kinds of stuff. Oh, old Taste Bud, he's over here.
The Dale.
I get it. Wrap it up. I get it.
All right, we're in the midst of a great season of Riverdale, so we got much more to come. And you can find more of those episodes and more of our chat and things on Facebook, Google, Twitter at the Ka-Pow Podcast,
all those places,
Podbean, Applejack, Rip and Snort, all the places,
Blue Gold,
Saliva and Taste Buds,
the Riverdale Register.
Right, we're everywhere that podcasts are bought and sold. My name is Jordan Lowe.
I'm Cliff Barnes.
I'm Seth. Bye forever.
Ka-Pow, the pop culture podcast, is intended for entertainment and information purposes only. Sounds, music, and clips played during the podcast are property of copyright holders. All original content is property of www.udownwithkpp.com.